warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good afternoon, student. How are you today?
I am fine, and you?
I am fine too. Long time no see. Before we learn today, we must pray together. Let's start. Finish. Who is absent today?
Zahra, Miss.
Why? Zahra not coming here.
She was sick, Miss.
Okay. I hope Zahra get well soon and meet again with us.
Amin.
You have done a long holiday. I will remind you about something. Do you remember about triangle, quadratic, square root, and area of a square? Do you remember?
No.
Okay, I will remind you. The first is triangle. Triangle divide by 2. The first is by side and the angle. The side divide by 3. The first is equilateral triangle. Equilateral like this. All sides are equal. All sides equal. And the second is isosceles triangle. Isosceles, the picture is like this. Two sides equal. This side and this side. Do you understand?
Yes.
That's good. The third is scale. Triangle. Like this, the picture. Yes, like this. No side equal. The next is by the angle. The angle, the first is acute triangle. Like this. Yes, like this. Acute. The angle is less than 90 degree. And this the second is right triangle. The angle equal to 90 degree. The next is the last is obtuse triangle. Like this. The angle is more than 90 degree. Do you understand?
Yes.
Next, do you remember about square?
Yes, Miss. Yes, Miss.
Square. Square. What is the area of square? The area of square, side multi
Play.
side. I try draw the square. Yes, this is a square. The area is side by side. This is side and this is side. The length is equal. Side. The area is side multiple
Side.
side. So we can write as multiple as multiple as we can write as square. That's
Yes, Miss.
remember what it
Yes.
as square. So the area is square as square. If the length side this square is equal to 2 centimeters and the side is 2 centimeters, how about the area?
4, Miss.
Yes, 4. 4 from 2 to the power of 2 is equal 4. Good. We talk about the square, about the square root, for quadratic. I will remind you about the quadratic. 2 to the power of 2 is equal to 4. If I have 3 to the power of 2 is equal to
9.
9. Good. If 4 to the power of 2 is equal
16.
16. Good. Then I will remind you about the square root. If I have a square of 16 is equal to 4. If I have a square of 9 is equal to 3. Good. Today we will learn about Pythagorean Theorem. In your face, many questions about what is Pythagorean Theorem? What is Pythagorean Theorem? What is Pythagorean related in our life? Right?
Yes, Miss.
Okay. And we'll show you about Pythagorean Theorem is related with our life. For example, this is a laptop. This laptop is in those books. Write that this laptop is 14 inch. 1 inch is equal to 2.54 centimeter. Laptop state that in inch is a diagonal long of the laptop. This point until this point. Let's say that you have this laptop the long diagonal is 14 inches and the side is 10 inches. How about the height? You can easily calculate the height of the laptop if you understand the concept of the Pythagorean Theorem. Next, anyone know who is he?
No.
Yes, he is Pythagoras. Pythagoras was born on island called Samos, an island in Greece, in 5070 BC. During his life, he liked to travel to various places, such as Egypt and Babylon. Pythagoras stated that the quadratic length of the hypotenuse of a right triangle is equal to the number square of length of the other side. Do you believe it?
No.
No. We are going to prove Pythagoras' statement in our activities today. Okay, I will give you a worksheet. This worksheet, any 3 questions. The first is prove the Pythagorean theorem. The second is solve the question. And the third is Pythagoras part. Worksheet, the first is prove the Pythagorean theorem. You must provide HVS, pencil, rules, and sketcher. To do this proof Pythagorean theorem, I give you 20 minutes to do this proof. Any 7 steps you must follow this, and I will choose one student to present in front of the class. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Any question?
No.
Okay. This is answer for you.
Thank you.
This for you, and this is for yours.
Thank you.
This is activities to prove Pythagorean theorem.
Profit HVS paper and paper tile, pencil, ruler, and skisser.
Make 3 square pieces of paper that has been provided with the length of the side of each square is 3 units. And B 4 units. And C 5 units. Then cut off the 3 square. Fasten the 3 square on the HVS paper so that 2 of the 4 corners coincide and form a triangle inside. What triangle is formed? What triangle is formed?
Rectangle.
Good. Pay attention to the area of the 3 square. Calculate the area. Is the largest square area equal to the number of 2 small square areas?
Yes, Sam.
Good. Repeat step number 2 and 3 by making a square that measures A is equal to 6 units and B is equal to 8 units and C is equal to 10 units. Make 3 square pieces of a paper. And then 8 units. then 10 unit. Then cut out the 3 square. Then fasten the 3 square on the HVS paper. Pay attention to the area of the 3 square. Is 3 square. One hundred. 64. 36. Is the largest square area equal to the number of two small square area? 100 is equal 64 plus 36. 100.
Yes, Sam.
After carrying out these activities, what can you know about the relationship A, B, and C?
C squared equal to is A squared plus B squared.
Write your conclusion.
The largest square area equal to the number of two small square areas.
You have done a proving Pythagorean theorem. Now, one student come in front of the class to present your result. Please, Diva, come to the in front of class.
I want to present about proving Pythagorean theorem. The largest square area equal to the number of two small square areas.
Good. Give applause. Thank you, Diva. Diva just tell about one of proof Pythagorean theorem. More than 200 proof Pythagorean theorem. I want see you about another Pythagorean theorem. This is the video.
Says for a right triangle, the square of one side plus the square. Harold Einstein and American President James Garfield have in common. They all came up with elegant proofs for the famous Pythagorean Theorem, the rule that says for a right triangle, the square of one side plus the square of the other side is equal to the square of the hypotenuse. In other words, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. This statement is one of the most fundamental rules of geometry and the basis for practical applications like constructing stable buildings and triangulating GPS coordinates. The theorem is named for Pythagoras, a Greek philosopher and mathematician in the 6th century BC, but it was known more than 1,000 years earlier. A Babylonian tablet from around 1800 BC lists 15 sets of numbers that satisfy the theorem. Some historians speculate that ancient Egyptian surveyors used one such set of numbers, 3, 4, 5, to make square corners. The theory is that surveyors could stretch a knotted rope with 12 equal segments to form a triangle with sides of length 3, 4, and 5. According to the converse of the Pythagorean theorem, that has to make a right triangle, and therefore a square corner. And the earliest known Indian mathematical texts, written between 800 and 600 BC, state that a rope stretched across the diagonal of a square produces a square twice as large as the original one. That relationship can be derived from the Pythagorean theorem. But how do we know that the theorem is true for every right triangle on a flat surface, not just the ones these mathematicians and surveyors knew about? Because we can prove it. Proofs use existing mathematical rules and logic to demonstrate that a theorem must hold true all the time. One classic proof, often attributed to Pythagoras himself, uses a strategy called proof by rearrangement. Take 4 identical right triangles, with side lengths A and B, and hypotenuse length C. Arrange them so that their hypotenuses form a tilted square. The area of that square is c squared. Now rearrange the triangles into 2 rectangles, leaving smaller squares on either side. The areas of those squares are a squared and b squared. Here's the key. The total area of the figure didn't change, and the areas of the triangles didn't change. So the empty space in one, c squared, must be equal to the empty space in the other, a squared plus b squared. Another proof comes from a fellow Greek mathematician, Euclid, and was also stumbled upon almost 2,000 years later by 12-year-old Einstein. This proof divides one right triangle into 2 others and uses the principle that if the corresponding angles of 2 triangles are the same, the ratio of their sides is the same too. So for these 3 similar triangles, you can write these expressions for their sides. Next, rearrange the terms. And finally, add the two equations together and simplify to get ab squared plus ac squared equals bc squared, or a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Here's one that uses tessellation, a repeating geometric pattern, for a more visual proof. Can you see how it works? Pause the video if you'd like some time to think about it. Here's the answer. The dark gray square is a squared, and the light gray one is b squared. The one outlined in blue is c squared. Each blue outlined square contains the pieces of exactly one dark and one light gray square, proving the Pythagorean theorem again. And if you'd really like to convince yourself, you could build a turntable with 3 square boxes of equal depth connected to each other around a right triangle. If you fill the largest square with water and spin the turntable, the water from the large square will perfectly fill the 2 smaller ones. The Pythagorean theorem has more than 350 proofs, and counting, ranging from brilliant to obscure. Can you add your own to the mix? Did you enjoy this lesson? If so, please consider supporting our nonprofit mission by visiting patreon.com/TEDEd.
How many ways to prove Pythagorean theorem in this video?
5.
Good. Next, in section 2 in your worksheet, there are 5 questions. You must try answer the question about 15 minutes. After that, I will discuss together to solve the question. Let's start. Time's up. Okay. This exercise, there are 5 questions. We know that the theorem Pythagoras theorem, Pythagoras theorem, that c square is equal to a square plus b square, right?
Right.
So the question number 1, we determine c square, a square plus b square. If we find b square, we just c square minus a square, and then a square is c square minus b square. Any question?
Yes.
What? Oh no, okay. The next, number 2. The question is determine the value of x. We using a Pythagoras theorem. X is equal to c in this picture. This picture. So we can write x square is equal to a square. Where is a square? A square is 7. 7 square plus 24 square. And then x square is 49 plus 576. And then x square is equal to 49 9 plus 576 is equal to 625. That's right? So x equal to the square of this, and x equal to 25 centimeter. Do you understand? Yes. Okay, good. The next is number 3. Number 3 is determine x, the value of x. We using a Pythagorean Theorem. So x square is equal to the hypotenusa square 13 square minus 5 square. 13 square is equal to 169 minus 25. It's x square. So x square is equal to 144. So x is square root of 144 is equal to 12 centimeters. Do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. The next, the question number 4. Number 4 is determine the value of x. So x square, the hypotenusa, berarti 70 square minus 15 square. So x square is 259. Correct? Correct? Yes. 17. 2. This is false, and the correct is 2, 8, 9 minus 225. So x square is 4. What is
64.
64. So x is equal to 8. And then number 5. Number 5 is determine the value of 8. So x square is equal to the hypotenusa 15 square minus 12 square. So x square is 225 minus 144. So x square is 81. X equal to the square of 81 and x equal to 9 centimeter. Do you understand?
Yes.
Any question?
No.
No. Okay. Okay. After we learn about the proving Pythagorean theorem and do this exercise, now you must do quiz. Do a quiz, some quiz. Any 4 question. If one of you get 100, score 100, I will give you something. Please do the quiz about 10 minutes. Let's start. Time's up. Please collect your quiz. I will correction. Devi, you get score 100. Please come in front of the class and I will give you something. Ini Devi for you.
Thank you.
Okay, give applause. The conclusion of learning today is the largest square equal to the number of two small square area. We can write the formula is c square is equal to a square plus b square. This is a Pythagorean Theorem. Any question?
No.
Okay, good. The next meeting we will learn about triple Pythagoras and the application in our life. Okay, thank you. And I forget, please join in the Google Classroom because in this site any online assignment, please join. The code of class is 2BC8AB. This is the code of class. Please write in your textbook. Okay, thank you for your attention. Please keep healthy and thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
See you next time.
See you.